please make a donation today at radiofreebrooklyn.org.
All right. Hello. Can you guys hear yourselves?
I can. Oh, that is a really weird noise.
What happened?
Is that the microphone or is that my headphones?
I think that's the microphone because I can hear the same thing.
Ooh, let's do this show like this.
Hold on, let me see
I
something.
have shown you my true colors.
All right,
I have come here to take over the world.
You want to try this one, Jake, and just see? You could pull it over toward you, too.
Hello? Can I have both? That way I can have, like... Dark Jake. Oh, no. Oh, no, Dark Jake is gone.
Back in here. I cut Murph out. Okay. All right, yeah. And you could pull it in that same direction if it'll stretch over there. Wow. Yeah. Iron Man.
That's the ticket. There it is.
I miss my crazy old voice.
It was short-lived, but it was important.
We got a short somewhere in Radio Free Brooklyn.
Yeah, that voice
right
was so cool.
Here.
Yeah, you got a short.
If I ever wanted to be a ring wraith, I know what I would sound like.
What's a ring wraith?
You know the crazy like ghost knight people from Lord of the Rings that were like fighting, like trying to get Frodo?
If I say yes.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, yes.
It doesn't matter. Let's talk about Murphy Baker.
Yeah, please, finally.
We all right. I wanted to do a scene about a ring wraith. Ring. What is it? Ring
wraith? Yeah.
Ring wraith or with ringworm. Miley Ringwald. Hey, speaking of red hair, Murph Baker is here. This is No Suggestion. I'm Ralf Jr. Pierre, co-host Jake Joseph.
Hello.
Murph Baker of Pietown.
Yes.
And the People Sketch Review.
And the People Sketch Review.
Do you have any other things you need to shout out?
My mom is pretty cool. Oh, you meant like shows?
No, you could. Your hometown.
My hometown.
Yeah.
My hometown. I will be walking in the parade.
What is this?
Yeah, it's a hometown parade that I just made up that I will be walking in.
Oh, you made it up.
I did make it up. Yeah,
I had
starting
high
strong.
hopes.
I know. If there was a parade, I certainly probably wouldn't be walking in it. But
what's your hometown, and what kind of crimes did you do that they've excluded you from the parade?
Well, I'm from outside of Houston, Texas.
Oh, Texas.
Yeah, baby. Yep.
Yep.
And as far as crimes go, I mean, apparently, like leaving Texas is a crime. Two other Texans, that's a crime.
Is that like your authentic accent, or is that just like a stock Texas accent that you can just do at will?
That's a stock Texas accent. I've been told that if I'm a bit tipsy, if you'd say, which I never am, so it never happens. But when I am, I've been told I can sound a bit more southernly inclined than normal. But I don't know. I don't know if that's. I don't think I've ever had an accent. But I say y'all, and people say that when I say y'all or certain other phrases, I sound southern.
What town are you from?
It's called the Woodlands. It's outside Houston. It's like 400 minutes.
The Woodlands.
The Woodlands. Lots of trees.
I feel like
there.
I've heard of that in a Travis Scott song.
I like how there's a
Woodlands.
city called the Woodlands.
Yeah.
It's a township.
Oh, okay.
A township.
It is a town. It is an incorporated township.
Okay. Whenever it grows to the size of a city, I just love the irony of a city called the Woodlands.
Yes. Yeah, lots of trees down there.
All right, Murphy. So, as you know, we are not going to let you walk in the parade for the Woodlands, but we do know
it's impossible that you can walk in the parade.
Okay.
We do know that you dye your hair red and you put fake freckles on, and so since you're a soulless ginger, how about we make you a ring wraith and you can follow the parade and scare people?
That's the only way we can have you participate, and this was signed off by the mayor.
Oh, Mayor Stutz, really?
It's. It's because he's scared of redheads, and it's
I knew it.
It's untoward. It's not becoming of a mayor, but he's the mayor.
Yeah, even braids. He's real bad with braids.
Hey, you okay there?
Listen. I'm not gonna blame that on you and your magic.
I'm sorry. I know that you both are taking a chance by letting me walk. Scare children.
Look, your ghost magic is off the charts. Okay, I don't know what you just did to Jebediah, but
Jebediah, I'm sorry.
My
I'm trying
mouth
to change.
fell off in some way.
Mm-hmm.
I am frightened. Okay, usually there's just a bake sale and then some of the cheerleaders and baton twirlers. That's usually the parade. But you've got a line of cats following you. I don't know what's happening.
I've been trying to bring dark magic to this parade.
I smell nothing
nearly
but cat
5
food,
years.
and my mouth tastes like metal.
I did that.
Oh, God.
I did that to you, and guess what? I could do it again. That's right. Taste it.
Geez.
Taste that fancy feast.
You know what? You're perfect for the ring wraith part. How about,
Really?
Yeah.
You
Don't
seem like
play
someone who
with me.
shops at Spencer's Gifts, and I'm afraid.
I shop at Spencer's Gifts. I shop at Hot Topic. I shop at Spencer's Topic and Hot Gifts.
Oh my-
Those are
Don't-
two
you didn't
lesser
say-
known spin-off stores.
PacSun? Are you a PacSun person?
I love PacSun.
Oh, man. Total ring wraith material. Total ring wraith material.
Good.
I
All
can't
right.
imagine they allow you in Claire's.
I've been kicked out of Claire's, but they do allow me in Icing, which is their older sister store.
Why have my ears suddenly been pierced?
Please.
Because you're making me angry. And when I get angry, I pierce things.
Okay, we can't let things get too out of hand. This is the mayor's office, okay, and we weren't supposed to bring you here.
Yes.
We'll let you walk in the parade or
Good.
float or glide or whatever you want to do.
I'm going to bring my broom.
Oh, Mr.
Okay.
Mayor, we just need one moment. Mr. Mayor, we just need one moment. Okay, hide. He's here. He's here. He's gonna
All
lose this.
He's
He's
gonna
gonna lose
lose.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Get underneath this black tarp and start ring wraithing.
Plug your nose, because when I make myself disappear, sulfur smells
Oh.
in the
What?
air.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
It burns.
This
Scene.
parade's gonna be awesome. Okay.
that was. How did you know that? That's exactly how I met with the mayor in my hometown.
Wow.
You know how you have ghost powers? I
You
can
have
see a
psychic
little. I got a
powers.
little bit of the vision. You know.
Yeah.
Point and translucent. Have you ever met the mayor of your township?
I don't think we have a mayor. If I'm
Oh.
being so honest,
What is it?
I don't.
You
I'm
just have a
not-
village elder.
I'm not clued into the politics of my hometown.
You
and
talked
or
about parishes and townships too in your episode,
Ooh,
right?
parishes. That's southern.
Did
Did you
Parish.
talk about a township?
I grew up in a township as
Yeah,
well.
there it
You
is.
did as well.
Yes.
Did you have a mayor?
Yes, we did.
So maybe I do have a mayor. I genuinely don't. I've never been given a key to the city, so I wouldn't know.
I'm assuming if it's an incorporated township, there is some sort of municipal civil structure.
There's got to be, right?
At least a village elder. I would love to be the village elder, not like the
You'd be-
mayor, but just the village
you'd
elder.
be a
Is
great
that a
village
real
elder.
position?
It's got to be
It's got to be.
somewhere.
Somebody.
Somewhere there's a village where there is an elder.
You know
Who
what's
makes the
what's the
decision?
problem with America? No more village elders.
I've
Come
been saying
on.
that for years.
Yeah.
Come on, we need to bring that back.
We really do. Saying it for years.
Okay. Who's your favorite old person in your life, Murph?
Oh, what a good question.
Yeah.
My favorite old person.
Yeah, an elderly older
An
person.
elderly older
Somebody
person.
closer to death than birth.
Somebody who's in the winter of their life.
Yeah.
Now I feel like anybody I say, they're gonna be like, "What?" No, I
you
guess
can technically say anyone past like 38.
if they're
I could,
78,
yeah.
they can't medically hear a podcast.
That's true.
Yeah.
that's
the ears
true.
don't pick it up.
Probably my grandma, Pepper.
Grandma Pepper.
Grandma Pepper.
Murph's Grandma Pepper.
Yeah,
Tell us
she's
about it.
she's so cool. Well, she's my grandma, as I just said.
Was she spicy?
Oh, she's very spicy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is that a nickname or her real name?
That is a nickname, but this is maybe embarrassing. I don't know her real name.
Oh man, I know that feeling.
Like I know her because everybody calls her Pepper. Like it's like her whole house is decorated with ceramic peppers
wow.
and pepper paraphernalia.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
My grandmother on my mom's side who passed, her name, we all called her Meme. I never knew what I think Agazia might be her
I know
name.
Oh,
none
wow.
of my grandparents' names.
Yeah.
Really?
Like literally.
See, I
none
know
of them.
all of
Oh,
them
actually,
except
no. I'm
for-
named after one of them. Never mind. I know one of their names.
Jacob, is that your
Yeah.
full Jacob?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's awesome though. Her name kind of precedes what you'd think she would be, and that's like exactly like what she is. She's really cool.
Wow. Spicy
Yeah.
fiery
Shout out to
lady.
Pepper.
Did
Pepper.
the fixation on Pepper start before the name or after the name?
That's a good question. I'm gonna assume after.
Mm-hmm.
I will say though, there was a quiz that she would quiz me on as a kid, where she'd ask me a bunch of questions like, "What's your favorite cookie?" And I'd have to be like, "Anything from Pepperidge Farms." What's your favorite
Damn, she went
toothpaste?
far.
Yeah, anything peppermint. Like it was a quiz of like I think it was like 10 questions of what's your favorite this, and the thing always had to include the word pepper in it.
Wow.
So that's where my love of academia started.
And probably puns.
Yeah.
And puns. Oh, that's such a better word for that. Yeah, puns.
Man, that is wild.
Play on words, if you will.
That's very vibrant. Okay, I feel like I'm getting like is Pepper, your grandma Pepper, is that a good like slice of life to picture what the rest of your upbringing was like, or is Grandma Pepper kind of an isolated event?
No, I'd say she's a very good sort of precursor or like hint to what the rest of my upbringing was like. I've had a great life, y'all. I had a great childhood. I'm really close with my family.
Stark contrast to last week's episode.
Oh yeah. Shout out, Mr. Serpy, Michael Serpy. Shout out. Just living a sad life.
Oh,
God bless him.
Sorry, Michael.
Yeah.
Oh, well, now I feel bad.
No, he's not living a sad life.
My life's insanely great.
Yeah.
So
he's a good man, and he's doing God's work. But
nice.
That's really cool because I feel like for the most part in my life, I feel like I've lived a charmed life,
mm-hmm.
and I try not to take that for granted.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. I feel like when I went to college, and when you meet a bunch of new people, you're making new friends, and you all talk about your life. It was always the conversation would always go like, "I'm so glad to be in college. I hated high school," and then it would get to me, and I'd always have to be like, "I fucking love." Oh, can I curse on this?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We just got fined at that.
We just got fined. The ASPCA just fined us $1,000.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why.
They rip it from your bank account by hand.
By hand.
Yeah.
But I fucking loved high school. I fucking loved college. Like I loved my childhood. Like I just had a really good, awesome time, and I'm still having a really good, awesome time.
Again, I think like you're the only other person. I say again because the other day someone also said something to me that I'm like, I thought it was the only one who ever felt this way. I forget what they were talking about, but I also feel like I'm the only other person I know who's like, I fucking loved high school.
Yeah, it sounds lame, and it can sound a little like, well, guess who peaked in high? Like it sounds a little like
I
that.
definitely peaked in high school.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think so? You don't think this is your peak? This right here?
Scientifically and medically, I've peaked in high school. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, medically, I think we all peaked in high school.
Medically,
sure.
politically,
spiritually,
everything. The height.
Yeah, psychologically.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
It's down.
It's down. All downhill from here. You hear that,
down.
children?
Yeah.
It's all downhill from here.
Yeah, all the children listening at
Yeah,
11.
Hey, kids.
11, 15.
Kids.
Kids, let me tell you something about life, okay?
Okay.
All right, kids, listen up.
Okay.
When you're in high school, slow down, okay? Because if you go too fast, hey, get back on the rug. Listen, kids.
Tell me to get back on the rug. I'm trying.
All right?
I'm trying.
You're in first
Dad
grade.
Won't let us go to bed until he tells us about his high school experience.
I got one foot on
This happens every night.
I got one
Back.
foot on the rug.
I run an air conditioning business that is failing.
We know, Dad.
Yeah. Oh.
Got off the rug. I got off the rug.
Tommy, get back on the rug.
I'm off the rug.
Tommy, get back on the rug.
You see what happens to your voice when you get off the rug?
Daddy, tell us the story.
Tommy, if you don't get on the rug,
You're starting to. What's happening to you is what happened to me after high school. All right, you start to dissipate. You start to disassemble.
Oh, okay. I'm back on the rug.
All right.
Tommy, God.
Okay, that's where you belong. You guys stay on the rug. Stay in school, learning. Don't be out hanging with friends, smoking cigs, leather jackets, fast cars, fast women, Gatorades. Don't do it.
Don't do Gatorade.
Dad, I made some friends with some ghosts.
Don't. With ghosts or girls?
No, ghosts.
Okay,
Ghost
that is
girls.
beyond. Okay, Angeline, I need you to stay on the rug for sure.
Okay, I'm on the rug.
You gotta stay on the rug.
I won't leave the rug.
And the rug is a metaphor for academic excellence and patience in high school.
Okay, Dad.
Do you understand metaphors?
Dad, I want to join the ghosts that peaked in high school.
They're ghosts for a reason, my child.
Ghosts of your past self.
They all drove off of a cliff during a drag race in 11th grade. Because we were all excited about
during a drag race.
FF2.
Oh, like cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fast and the Furious 2.
Yeah, FF2. Yeah.
Yeah, that was so hot back then. The ghost told me, they were like, crash.
Tommy, don't make Dad jealous with your ghost stories. He's never gonna let us go to bed.
That sounds like my buddy Lucas.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Lucas was great.
How is
Get back
Uncle
on the
Lucas?
rug.
How is Uncle Lucas?
He's dead.
Oh.
He hit the nos.
Oh no.
On his Jetta and drove off of a cliff when I was in junior year of high school.
While bumping
Stay on the rug, Angeline.
Wait, so all those times you were telling us about Uncle Lucas was gonna come to visit, you just meant that in like a
Did you notice the slow tear that was rolling down my cheek
but
each time I said it?
Crying, Dad. You're never not crying.
You can meet Uncle Lucas sometimes at 3 a.m. in the garage.
Put that beer back.
Tommy,
Put that can of beer away.
Don't drink the Bud Light. We're
Get back
never
on the
gonna
rug.
get to go to bed.
Look, I'm just trying to be a rebel. I'm gonna peak in high school and be a rebel.
Your brother is lost to me.
Okay.
You promised me that you're gonna at least campaign for student body president and keep a GPA of at least 3.2.
I'll campaign 3.2. Yeah, I can do that.
All right, that's
I'll
all I'm
campaign
asking.
for sure.
I was at a solid 1.
1?
I run an air conditioning business.
Yeah, we know, Dad.
I'm moonwalking. I'm moonwalking away from the rug.
Don't learn to dance, because that'll only get you in with the wrong crowd.
I'm already in the wrong crowd.
You're in the next room now, Lucas.
I'm drifting away.
Come back.
Drifting away.
Dad, please let me go to bed.
You see how cool your brother is?
Yeah, I see it.
He's just moonwalking to heaven with Lucas.
He's dying?
Scene.
That was a perfect call. Perfect call.
And scene.
As my ghost body disappears
I
while
love,
moonwalking.
God, the best scenes are when the ghost or when the kid moonwalks away and dies at the very end.
That's
like a classic
101.
That's like number 2 improv rule. It's yes and then always end the scene with
moonwalking
kid
child
that dies. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I learned. Yeah.
and it shows.
Yeah.
What are the things you think improv has taught you so far about life?
Goodness gracious. I would say, I mean, you've got the obvious ones, right? Like don't
chasing waterfalls.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Don't stop believing.
Don't stop believing.
All those chestnuts.
Can't think of another song that says don't in it.
Yeah.
But like,
don't you worry, baby.
Don't you worry
about a thing.
Me.
Don't you forget about me.
Don't walk away when I'm talking to you. That's a Miley Cyrus deep cut
Ooh.
from the Hannah Montana movie.
Don't put that pickle in the fish bucket.
That's made up.
See,
that's totally a song.
That's made up, and you're a liar.
These are the things that they don't. Everybody knows about yes and. Yes and is just the front door.
Yeah, no.
It's a lot
but.
of don'ts.
Yeah, it's
no
don't,
but and don't.
Yeah, a lot of those.
That's what you need.
I don't even remember what my actual point was. Oh, like don't literally can't remember. Don't be afraid to like speak in public. I guess I don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah. Or don't. Now I'm just in the don't phase. Don't overthink things. I'm a textbook overthinker. Like there will never be an interaction that I ever have in my life where I don't think about how it could have gone like better or something I could have said that was better, funnier, less weird, whatever. So it's like, I think improv has forced me for those 15 to 20 minutes, at least. It's like, it doesn't matter if you think that you could have said something funnier because the scene has to continue.
Yeah.
So just like, forget about it.
Yeah.
No, I think it's freeing.
Yeah. So that's been, but then every other second of my waking existence is like, God, why did I say that? Why didn't I say this? Why did I do that? Yeah. My mind is a prison. My mind is a jail cell. and I am
That
its
sounds
only
nice.
occupant.
Yeah.
The-
Anyway,
Existence.
existence.
You
is
said
a
that
prison.
like improv taught you about public speaking. That surprises me that like, are you afraid of public speaking?
No, and I guess well, I mean, okay, no. I've done theater since scripted theater.
Scripted theater.
Scripted theater since I was
Oh.
since I was about 8 or 9 years of age.
Really, Mortimer?
Yes, Thaddeus, since I was 8 or 9 years of age. And so I was already really comfortable in front of a crowd. I'm an attention whore. Like I'm a slut for attention. Like I love all eyes on me type thing, but then I also hate being perceived. Jake's looking at me and that's why I'm laughing. Anyway, I'm an attention whore. So like I feel like getting in front of people was kind of the first thing I would do. Like at any family gathering function, I was the cousin that was like, we're going to put on a show. We're going to have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
I feel like it's not a common, but that's not a rare state of being. I want attention, but you know who I think is the poster child, the OG. I want attention, but I want to be perceived.
Let's hear it.
Bigfoot.
That is
It's actually pretty good.
That is the last name I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, I was not thinking about Bigfoot
I had
at all.
about 200 real people names in my head before you said Bigfoot.
I feel like Bigfoot is always like, ooh, look at me.
Ooh,
Do
look
I
at
exist?
me.
Do I not? And then just like
Yeah.
stalking off. And then somebody is in an M. Night Shyamalan movie going, it's behind.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and-
yeah. That's so true. No, actually, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Finally, because Bigfoot talks a bit. He walks a big. No, he talks a big talk,
Walks a big
but
game.
he doesn't walk the walk. I
Walks
mean,
a
he
big
does
foot.
with his big feet.
Yeah.
But then when you take a picture of him, he's like, "That's not me.
It's all demure. Yeah. All shy, all
That's
blurry.
not me." And it's like, "Yes, it is."
Yeah, he likes the plausible deniability.
What is that about?
That's what it takes to be off the grid nowadays.
I guess so.
Well, I think you said it. He doesn't want to be perceived.
He doesn't want to be
He or
perceived, but
she.
he
I don't know.
wants-
They.
Yeah,
I don't know what's
we
going
don't
on with
know.
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
But they don't want to be perceived. They're like,
but they want the attention.
Yes.
So if you think about it, me and Bigfoot and I, excuse me,
Yep.
are very similar.
That's a
in
sitcom.
Bigfoot and I.
Yeah.
We're very similar in not just appearance, but like.
Yeah, I've never seen a clear photo of you. You're always blurry.
I'm always blurry. I'm always in this position.
Yeah.
Listeners, you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm putting one foot in front, one foot behind,
describe
and then
it.
the
Yeah, yeah.
hands,
Yeah,
one
yeah.
hand like this and one hand behind me.
Perfectly
That didn't.
described.
Yeah, that probably
Yeah.
didn't help at all.
You are from a town called Woodlands.
Yeah.
The
Yeah. The
Woodlands.
wood.
Jake, please don't forget the in front of that.
All right.
Wow. The
Yeah.
woodland. That sounds like a part of town, but it's the entire town.
It's that sounds like yes, that's so. I'm from the part of town in the Woodlands called Sterling Ridge.
Wow.
Oh.
So chew on
Wow.
that for a
That
second.
sounds like it's a town from a Jimmy Stewart movie. Sterling Ridge.
It could very well
Yeah.
be the locale for a Jimmy Stewart.
I want to hear more about this idyllic. Wait, did we move on too quickly from the last point? What were we talking about? We
We're talking about things you learned from improv.
Oh yeah, things I
Yeah.
learned from improv.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's hit that, and I want to circle back around. But
Cool.
what else? What else do you think do you feel you've learned from old?
I feel like I've learned how to listen in a way that's not passive listening. Because I feel like for a long time before improv, 'cause I started doing improv when I was 14. So I feel like for a long time, 10 years, wow. The 10-year mark has approached.
Woo! Wow, you just realized that on this show?
Yeah, I just
Amazing.
realized,
Wow.
guys, 10 years of improv. That's crazy. But I feel like pre-improv, I would listen. This sounds so bad, but I would listen only in a way that was like, if it concerns me, I'll listen to it. But it's almost like improv is you, even if you're not in the scene, if you're on the sidelines, actually even more so if you're on the sidelines, you have to be listening so intently, because if you miss anything, the audience will know, or like your scene partners will know. And it's so cool if you bring something back that's so small and like minute later in the scene, and then the audience is like, "Whoa, they were listening to that." That's my favorite thing.
Callbacks work because they reward the audience for paying attention.
Exactly. They're my favorite thing when I'm watching improv. If someone in the very beginning of the scene says they're like, they're chewing a pack of bubble gum. That's so stupid. But if they're chewing a pack of bubble gum and then 20 minutes later they bring that back, it's like, what? Magic.
Yeah,
but
it does feel like
magic.
listening.
Yeah.
Every week I listen back to this show after usually right at some point after we record it, and I hear multiple things that were said that were so important that I completely missed when they're, I'm just talking and somebody's like, yeah, my dad never loved me. And I'm just like, yeah, what about soccer?
What about the train?
Yeah. They're revealing like deep personal information. I'm like, ha ha ha.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Anyway.
Yeah.
No, that's so true. And I guarantee, it's the cool thing about listening is that it's an you can never be the best at it. You know what I mean? Like you can always get better at listening.
I'm sorry. Have you heard of Jacob Joseph?
Ooh.
No,
who's
who's
kidding.
that? You have to you're never the best at listening. Like you can always get better at listening.
Yeah.
Which is true for any aspect of improv, I feel like. But listening specifically, it's like, yeah, if I watch a set back that was recorded, I'm like, how did I not hear that one thing that person said that could have been a whole new run of something?
Daryl, I told you if there's one thing I don't want you to do, it's this. And it's exactly what you've done. This construction site is precarious, Daryl. How could you?
Hey,
many
Alan,
of us are bleeding.
Alan,
I can't believe you put the pickle in the fish bucket.
I put it there, Alan,
That's
and
the thing you cannot do.
I put it there so that we could finally do what we said we were going to do from the first day of this job. All right? We said we were going to bond. We said the three of us were going to sit down over a pickle in a bucket and we were going to bond about it.
Harrison has a nail sticking out of the back of his head.
Well, Harrison, I didn't put that nail there.
But you put the pickle in the fish bucket,
I
Daryl.
You caused a chain reaction like a Rube Goldberg machine that ended up with a nail in my head.
Don't you say words I don't understand.
A saw in his knee, an arrow, I don't know where that came from, in Jebediah's esophagus.
I brought it from home.
You brought the arrow?
I collect arrows and other arrow-esque paraphernalia.
It's fossilized. This is some sort of ancient arrow.
Yes.
So somebody took time to build this to hurt me.
I found it when I was on my weekly Bigfoot excursion up in the Rockies, all right? And I wanted us to bond, and you guys just don't want to do it.
Well, now we are bonded over the trauma that we have felt because of your action.
And that's
physical
all because of
trauma and emotional.
You're welcome.
Fish is the only thing that is supposed to go in that bucket. And we've talked about that so many times.
You don't understand construction. You don't put the pickle in the fish bucket.
I came on this job not to construct this new Chase Bank.
What?
But to make friends. I don't want to construct this Chase Bank. I'm anti-bank. I'm anti-capitalism.
We got to have you turn in your flannel.
No, please.
You got to turn in your flannel,
Please, it's the perfect
Daryl.
softness, Alan. Please don't do this to
You
me.
gotta turn in your flannel.
No.
You gotta turn in your big can of Old Bay seasoning.
I'll stand here dead before I give you my big can of Old Bay seasoning.
Your Old Bay's got to come on back.
What about the slap your mama?
It's done.
No. What about
done.
What about the Cholula?
Oh, the Cholula? How dare you bring up the Cholula? I have a nail in my head.
I can't even, the unmitigated gall.
I need spices in my food. You guys know this. I was putting them in the fish bucket before all hell broke loose.
I was grazed by a fossilized era.
That's not my problem, Alan.
It was your problem because you were putting things in the bucket that shouldn't have been there.
Not even things. Of all, I said one thing that you can't do. Any number, piss in the corner, punch a man, wrestle a shark, do tax fraud, anything you want to do. I said one thing, Daryl, one thing you can't do to be a part of this construction team that is licensed and sanctioned by the mayor, and that is put a pickle in the fish bucket.
Is it my fault if I want to challenge the status quo?
Yes.
Y'all have been too comfortable for too long.
You're a damn rebel.
That bucket has remained empty for too goddamn long, and I am not going to stand here and be chastised by you two. Y'all are injured.
Put
I'm
that jar
fine.
of Classens away.
I will put this jar away when I good and ready feel like it.
Daryl.
I'll eat this Old Bay whole. I'll take a spoon to this Old Bay and I'll spoon it down my gullet.
Somebody get OSHA over here.
Somebody.
I'll do it. If you don't take your hands off my flannel, I will spoon this seasoning raw and dry.
That's an OSHA worth of salt.
And I'll do it too.
We're not making you do this. This is your own prerogative.
Get your fingies off my flannel.
Harrison.
All right. I'm off. I'm off.
Thank you.
Oh no, another arrow. Scene.
Love death. Love it. Love death and scene.
Oh my word.
None of these scenes have had any grounded reality whatsoever.
No. With me, grounded reality? No.
I want to know more about this idyllic upbringing because
sure.
it's a rare and beautiful thing, and it's not often, just like you were saying about high school, it's not often you hear people get to celebrate, I had a great upbringing at the time.
Which is so sad.
It's sad.
It's very sad. Yeah, I mean, I have my mom and my dad and my brother, so it's just always been us four. My brother's 6 years younger than me. He's a freshman in college. Shout out Tanner. Shout out Tanner. He's a real redhead.
Whoa.
Oh.
I guess
Deep
I should.
red.
Yeah, I'm a fake redhead.
Oh,
Which Jake so nicely outed me as earlier.
Is it dyed?
It is dyed. It is a box dye.
Are the rest of the people in your family redheads?
My brother's a redhead, and my paternal grandmother, not Pepper. So my dad's mom was a redhead as well.
Not Pepper.
Yeah, not Pepper. That's
Pepper
ironic.
is a feisty blonde.
Wow.
But no, my other grandma on my dad's side was a redhead. So red hair runs in my, and I do have freckles. I'll do my little context. I draw my freckles on, folks. This is titillating information. I draw my freckles on because I wear sunscreen. When I didn't wear sunscreen as a kid, they would come out really prominently, and I really liked them. But now they don't anymore, so I draw them on. But they are natural. Thank you, Jake Joseph. Anyway,
Wow.
I was just making a soulless ginger
Should I
joke.
just talk about like my beauty routine for 45 minutes?
Yeah.
No.
Murphy put on a full face of makeup for this radio show.
Put it on.
God, Jake is trying to sabotage me.
It was
Yeah,
lovely.
but so the red hair runs in my family. Anyway, God, why don't I just talk more about red hair? So yeah, it's been us four, and I'm really close with my immediate family. We moved around like a substantial amount when I was younger. So
Around Texas or from different states?
from different states. I was born in Connecticut, then we moved to Vermont, then we moved to Florida, then we moved to Texas. But we've been in Texas, or I guess they've been in Texas since I was 8. So they've been there the longest. My parents are still there. And yeah, we're just really close. My parents, this is another thing that I feel like is rare with performers, and I'm really lucky, but my parents were always super supportive of, like, I've always wanted to be a performer, an actor, and they never once were like, maybe get a real job. Like, they were always the number one people to be like, yes, what do we have to do? Like,
Wow.
we'll get you in voice lessons. We'll get you any plays you want to do, any community theater, any whatever. Like, their one caveat was you're going to go to college and get a degree, but it can be a degree in literally anything you want. So if it's theater, which it was, I was a BFA in musical theater. Shout out. They were like, you can do anything. You
Shout
just have
out
to.
Tanner.
Shout out Tanner. He's going to be a nurse. He's in nursing school right now.
Nice.
He's going to bring in the cash money
Bring in the dough.
for the Baker family.
Yeah.
So that I'm free to just do whatever.
Mhm.
Nice.
Tag
Carry on
team.
the
Yeah,
legacy.
Carry on the legacy, exactly. But yeah, so they're just really supportive, and I was really lucky. I really no complaints. Like I'm really close to my family.
That's that's really amazing and beautiful.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love any story like that because it's not super common. My parents are Haitian,
Mhm.
and somebody I know today was like, yeah, I've always had trouble because I have a Haitian parent. That person was saying I have a Haitian parent. That person didn't support me in the things I want to do. They supported me, but not this thing that I want to do.
Right.
And I get that. I don't know why my parents were supportive. Haiti is a very poor country. But my parents were like, I can't stop this kid. He's insane.
He's a rolling train.
Yeah. There's $1 on the ground.
Oh, there is.
Haha. That's luck.
Whoa.
That
is $1 on the ground the same as a penny on the ground where it has to be facing up, or can you just take $1 whenever you want?
This was said to me by a family member of mine. He said, "There's no such thing as a dirty penny."
So I won't pick up a penny if it's face down
because of bad luck.
Yeah.
Do you believe in luck?
I'm a pretty superstitious person. Yeah.
Ooh, what's your stitches? Your stitions?
My stitions?
Yeah.
Just like I won't, like if I'm in a theater, I won't say
Macbeth.
I'll say the Scottish play.
Mm-hmm.
I won't pick up a penny that's not face up. I believe in like the energy that you put out is the same that you're going to get back. So if for hundreds and thousands of years people have said that this brings bad luck, who am I to like disagree with that? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't let it like control my life, but I do think like there's some merit to people being like, don't do this because it historically has just brought upon like bad energy. I'm like, okay, I'm not messing with bad energy.
Yeah.
Like I believe in ghosts and stuff, and you will never, ever, ever find me with like a Ouija board or anything like that. Cause I'm like, why would I try and like invite possibly malevolent spirits? Let them rest. You know?
I take the opposite approach. I don't believe in spirits or the afterlife or superstitious things, largely because I talk so much shit about it that if I did believe it, I would be terrified because I would be public enemy number one.
You'd be screwed.
I'm constantly making jokes about being a ghost and all this type of stuff.
have a wanted poster with your face on it.
So I refuse to believe in them so that they
fair,
can't get me.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
I'm sorry to say this, Thomas, but the god Haim has arrived.
Oh,
You've
Thomas!
shaking your fist at him.
Yeah, I've been cursing his name for decades. He's real?
He's really mad.
Let's describe him.
Yeah, let's describe him.
He arrived at the cathedral today.
Yes, and he
sat
was
atop it
in a tiff. He was very upset with you specifically.
He didn't climb to the top of the cathedral or fly to the top of the cathedral. He's so large that he simply sat, leaned against it.
I am him.
Oh, hey.
That's him, Haim.
Hey,
that's
sir.
the god Haim.
Good to see you again. We have your future ward here.
Oh my god, he's like talking through my body. He's possessing me.
Yes, that's a fun little thing he likes to do, especially when he's angry.
You've been shaking your fist at me for years and mocking me like I'm not here, but I have been here.
Yes.
That's a weird dance is making you do.
Yeah,
Thomas.
he likes to humiliate.
Yeah, he knows that I don't like to dance because I always feel awkward in my body, and he's making me do it.
Yeah, Haim loves nothing more than to take out the really deep sort of insecurities and bring them to the forefront for when it's about ready to go to HE double hockey sticks.
Contessa, I just want you to notice the beauty of these dances.
You do look incredible. I know you're insecure about dancing, but
Don't say
Haim
that.
is...
Nobody look at me. Nobody perceive me.
No, I'm perceiving you, and Haim is doing wonders for your movement and general aura.
You're writhing like a flag in a bountiful breeze, or an electric eel.
You look like one of those car wash men, just in the breeze, sort of flapping your limbs in a way.
I feel like there's a torrent of souls rolling through my body.
It looks like it.
It looks like, but they all seem sensual and graceful and in love with each other and themselves and you.
There is a beautiful orgy-like
Yeah, there's lots of licking going on.
Yeah,
you say there's lots of licking going on?
Yeah.
That comes through. That comes through in the movements.
Now, we don't know, is it the god Haim or is it Thomas who's speaking right now? Or have you merged and sort of become the same?
Have you become one with each other? Because that's happened before.
Sorry, I got into his voice for a while. I think we are merging into one being.
Oh, congratulations. Haim's been looking for his one true being.
Now I will moonwalk into death.
And scene. I love a theme. I love a recurring callback theme.
Beautiful. Moonwalk into death.
That's your memoir title.
Yeah,
Jake.
moonwalk into
death.
Moonwalk into the great beyond.
Moonwalk into the great beyond, in parentheses, that I don't believe in.
Yeah.
I just want the picture to be your hand right under your chin with your thumb and pointer finger on the opposite
In black
direction.
and white,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Moonwalk into
I'll
the
pre-order.
great beyond.
I'll go to Barnes & Noble
Yeah.
for that. I'll tell you what.
Wow.
I'll step into a B&N for that.
Step into a Slim Jim. Talk to us about your wonderful improv team, Pietown.
I would love to talk about Pietown.
I'm Pietown's #1 fan.
Yes, you are. He is. Jake has actually been christened by Pietown as Pietown's #1 fan.
Wow, unreal.
Yes, I love I'll talk about Pietown all day long. Yeah, so it's me and 5 wonderful other New York-based improvisers.
Nice. That's what
Emily,
we love.
Ben, Sharif, Sarah, and Owen. Shout out.
Shout out Tanner as well.
Shout out to my brother as well. He's not on Pietown, but he wishes he was.
Yeah.
And shout out to Pepper.
Shout out
to Pepper. Yeah. Shout out to everyone, you know? But yeah, we've been together we've all been in one relationship together as a team for a little over a year. We recently, a few months ago, celebrated our 100th show. I think we're on show like 130 something now, 120 something.
I've never heard of an improv team counting their
Yeah,
shows. It's
I've
a
never
brilliant
counted.
thing to do.
Yeah.
It is, and we called it our Pi Centennial. It was an amazing show, and it was great, and it was such a celebration of improv and our subsequent friendship from the improv, and yeah, but they rock. They're 5 of the funniest people I know, and I'm really lucky to get to do improv with them. Like,
talk about that indie team life. Just because,
Yeah,
just to break it down, to break it down, New York City, in the first 20-ish years of the New York improv scene, maybe 25-ish years, everything revolved around getting cast by a improv theater on their resident house team.
right.
But the pandemic sort of broke that tradition and made us all free.
yeah.
And so now it's much more. There was definitely indie teams happening before, but now it really feels like it's more of an indie team landscape.
Yeah.
What can you say about that?
Yeah, I mean,
Indie teams are teams that are just independently formed.
right.
Yeah.
For the listeners at home.
Yeah.
Just like an indie band, like the hipsters know about them first.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's so true. The hipsters know about
For
everything.
our massive hipster audience, which I imagine there's some for Radio
Oh
Free
yeah,
Brooklyn.
sure.
Yeah.
You're out
I mean,
there.
they would
Shout out
definitely be the
hipsters, shout out
people
hipsters.
listening public radio at 11:45 at night. So.
They
True.
would be smoking their
11:43.
pipe.
Jake,
thank
let's not
you,
get ahead of
thank you.
ourselves.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
yeah.
being more pedantic than me.
Come on.
Yeah. I mean, my dream was, as a young 16-year-old wanting to do improv as a career. Like, I would read and reread Amy Poehler's book, and about how she would talk about the early days of her being on teams.
Oh,
in
Amy
New York.
Poehler. Shout out Tanner.
Shout out Amy Poehler.
All right.
I know you're listening. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
But so it was all, so like when I moved to New York, I didn't know, because I was not here pre-pandemic. So I didn't know what the landscape was going to look like.
You moved here in 2021. You
August
said.
of 2021. Yeah. Shout out August 2021.
Shout out to August
Ooh,
2021.
you moved here a month after I did.
Tanner, you know
Oh
about
my
that?
God. Yeah. Tanner
Yeah.
knows all about that. Tanner.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so when I came here, I was like, I wanted to get involved in any way I possibly could. And I know this is a cliche, but like it was just kind of right place, right time. At least for me and Pietown specifically. But as far as other indie teams go, I think it's just so, here's where I'm going to sound like a little nerd. I think it's just so cool that there are people that love improv enough to either buy a teacher or sanction themselves, like form a group, practice with the group, actively seek out shows, produce shows, meet people to be on their shows. Like there's a whole community that I didn't know existed prior to moving here, and maybe didn't exist before the pandemic, or didn't exist in this way anyway. And it's just really cool that like, yeah, it's like you start to meet other teams, and then you start to recognize people from teams, or you'll recognize a team, and then I don't know. It's just really cool. And anytime we do shows with new teams, I'm always like, yes, like we're gonna see like what's what with these people, and it's such a fun, cool environment to be in. And I think too, if like
you ever feel like a missionary, like converting people to the cult of improv?
Oh, every day, every day, and I will do it for the rest of my waking life on this plane. But I
love it.
Yeah, I think it's just, I don't know. I think that the fact that the pandemic didn't shut down people's love of improv, it's so much so that without sort of the security of like a house team situation, that people still got together and like made it happen for themselves, I think is really cool.
I totally share that same enthusiasm and happiness. Yeah, it's really. I mean, I'm definitely a lifer. I'm just like you. I started probably around the same age, 16, when I started doing improv.
Cool. Shout out 16.
Shout out 16.
Ooh, 16.
How old is Tanner right now?
Tanner's 18.
Come
Tanner
on,
knows all about that.
Tanner's been already through that.
he's been there, done that.
Been there, done it. But I started young, and despite my best efforts of not being able to get away from improv,
Are you trying really hard though?
I hurt my knee. Trying to get away, but I think
gotta wear less slippery shoes.
You never know when you just want to take off, because I try not to let improv know when I'm going to take off and run. I just break into a sprint. Yeah. And it's never
and it's always faster.
Yeah.
It's like you're playing ding dong ditch with improv.
Yes.
Yeah.
And but I feel like to go back to the question we were talking about earlier about what improv has taught you, I think really it just added a spirit in me that was probably already there, but really it fostered a spirit of me like of just playfulness throughout my whole life, which I think is like, it's a cool thing for an adult to carry with them.
Definitely.
You know?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't have it, and like improv and comedy in general. I'm also a clown, and I love comedy, and like all of these things are just demand that you take play very seriously.
No, it's funny you say that, because I was at a rehearsal for People's Sketch Review. Shout out People's Sketch Review.
Tanner, you know about it.
Yeah, Tanner knows all about it. Tanner, he knows all about it. At Global Comedy Studios, which is right next to the Pit. And there was the Pit was doing like a corporate workshop where like, you know, office people, like serious office people would come in and learn improv, I guess to probably better their public speaking skills, I'm assuming. And they all walked in, you know, very like solemn, very like, oh, here, you know, we gotta do this thing for work, like it's a whatever. And every single one of them walked out like beaming, smiling. I heard them laughing in the other room. Like it was cool to see like adults. I love when adults think they're not gonna have fun and then they have a blast, and then they're like, oh man, I had fun. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And I feel like improv, definitely fosters that sense of play and whimsy, if you will.
My name is Humphrey. I'm here to purchase a briefcase for business.
Oh, yes. Welcome.
I want a simple transaction. Just help me find a simple briefcase for a simple business.
Would you like a pickle bucket?
I've walked into this department store, gray and drab. I purposely walked in here so that there would be no funny business. I am Humphrey. That's my name. I'm sharing it with you out of trust. Please help me to purchase a simple briefcase. Please, no games.
Can I interest you in a 1920s era umbrella that opens upside down?
That is not needed. That's not needed for the business that I pursue. An umbrella, an umbrella that purposely defies its own purpose. Please, No buckets that have pickles. You're yes, salesperson. You have my attention.
Put this whoopee cushion behind her.
I cannot participate in such things.
Just do it. Put the whoopee cushion behind her.
Hey, come on. Hey, psst, hey. Would you pull my finger? Yeah.
Both of you are now wearing clown makeup. Please.
We got our clown makeup application time down to 5 seconds.
Please help me.
Yo,
find a
clap,
briefcase.
pull her finger. Clap, pull her finger.
Would you like to smell this flower on my lapel?
I'm wearing a very serious trench coat and a very serious suit underneath here. I am a man of business. I will not whiff a lapel.
Ooh,
You're hypnotizing me.
Very, very serious trench coat, but I can still find your belly button.
Don't. I am a professional. I'm a conductor, an accountant, and an actuary. Please, let me keep my dignity, my personal space.
Oh, you want to be dignified?
Ooh. Can I interest you in this?
Don't writhe in that way like an eel or a body full of souls.
Can I interest you in this can of nuts? It's just a can of nuts. Nothing will happen if you open it.
There's no reason I should open it. I've entered this department store to purchase a briefcase for business.
Would you like a top hat with a rabbit in it?
I would like a hat to cover the baldness around my white hair, but what I would not like is a rabbit or a hat that had a rabbit.
Could I interest you in a car that looks like it'll only fit one person, but in fact fits 23 people?
This is clearly accoutrement for a clown, which you are both painted as. I am not painted as a clown. I am painted as a businessman, Humphrey. Oh,
I'm making you a balloon briefcase. Here you go.
I'm reluctant to grasp this, and also, you other salesperson, you're the one who's making the sounds of the balloon being made.
I was afraid the sounds would be too quiet because Bartholomew here, Bartholomew tends to make his balloon animals in a too quiet manner for my taste.
My balloon animals are shy. They're so shy.
Mine are boisterous. Would you like to see?
I would. But before you proceed, can I ask both of you a question? Those sounds are not accurate.
You had a question for us, sir?
Why am I standing in a bucket of water?
Because you are the proud owner of that fish bucket.
It's filled with pickles. See?
Always the pickles, never the fish bucket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? All that glitters is not fish bucket.
Yeah.
All that pickles is not fish bucket.
All that pickles is not
fish bucket. Tanner, you know all about that.
All about that.
Shout out Tanner.
Shout out.
Shout out, Tanner.
He's either going to be thrilled that I've mentioned him this many times, or he's going to hate it.
On,
I can't wait to see which one it is.
You'll have to let us know.
I most certainly will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've been okay. We've talked Pietown, we've talked Pepper, we've talked Township, we've talked improv, and
do you have any other big performance things that you do? Or
oh goodness, well, yes, I was a musical theater major, so I was trained in the art of musical theater. So
you do a lot of musical improv.
You know, I did in college, and I love musical improv is something where I love it when it's going well for me, and I hate it when it's not going well for me.
Oh, wouldn't that be true for everything?
So yes, but also no, because with non-musical improv, straight prov, if you will, I feel
I'm from,
like
they call it street prov.
Street prov, right?
Yeah,
street
that's the
prov.
unsanctioned improv.
Straight jacket prov, yeah.
I'm from just across the street.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Oh, I'm from down the road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
I feel like with regular improv, it's easy for me to be like, that scene didn't go well, but better luck next time. Whereas with musical improv, because I'm also a singer and I feel some sort of like weird, gross, that's only on my end responsibility to like sound good while also doing it. Because there are people I've seen do musical improv who sound good and do great improv, and it's like the most magical thing in the world to like watch. And for me, if I'm doing musical improv, I'm really only focusing on sounding good,
Wow.
which is not the mindset to go in
Just
with.
imagine a Julie Andrews in the sky.
Literally, yeah.
Frowning,
Just like,
scowling.
Yes.
I'm doing such a bad job because I'm singing well.
Well, it's like I lose the improv. That was my biggest note, was always like, look, like you I'd rather you do good improv but it's singing rather than like good singing with improv. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there are people that can shout out hell yeah. Musical improv. Like every single one of those
Shout
people.
out Julia Schroeder.
Julia Schroeder.
Wait,
no.
No, Maria Schroeder.
Maria Schroeder. Yeah.
Julia Schroeder is also a
PJ,
guest.
Maria
Schroeder, PJ, Tanner. All right.
Yeah.
My brother.
Yeah.
Who, Tanner, you're just finding out you are now on Hell Yeah Musical Improv.
Now on you're not on Pietown.
Not on Pietown.
Not on Pietown.
No, get out of here.
And we can't make that promise.
Yeah.
And we also can't make that promise.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I would love to get back into musical improv, but it does cause me paralyzing fear and anxiety.
Speaking of paralyzing fear and anxiety, you have a torture show coming up, correct?
I most certainly do, Jake Joseph. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so Pietown. Thank you.
Yep.
Hot dog. Pietown has recently come up with and pitched and is going to be performing a show called Torture Prov. The tagline is as follows: normally, improv is torture for the audience. We believe it should be torture for the players. So we're gonna do games that are centered around like CIA torture tactics.
Nice.
Nice.
It makes me laugh.
Gonna everything be in Guantanamo Bay? Yeah.
There is an element of Guantanamo Bay, I believe. There's an element of live mouse traps that we're gonna be stepping on. There's some like waterboarding adjacent things we're gonna be doing.
Carton of Old Bay.
Not too far off. There is a game called Hot Sauce Shots where they're taking shots of hot sauce. It's gonna be not
somebody's
me.
gonna get a fish bucket in a pickle.
Someone's gonna be a fish bucket in a pickle. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing. So
Speaking of torture, let's see how fast we can read this copy. Hey, you're listening to Radio Free Brooklyn, independent listener supported radio. Thank you for listening to Radio Free Brooklyn. Your support keeps us going. Hey, you read this second paragraph.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is crazy. Okay. Radio Free Brooklyn's mission is to provide a free and open platform to our community and promote media literacy, education, free expression, and public art. We rely primarily on donations from listeners like you.
Torture.
Every dollar helps us stay on the air and allows us to continue our work in the community. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, so all contributions are tax deductible. Please support with a monthly pledge or one-time donation at radiofreebrooklyn.org/donate. That's radiofreebrooklyn.org/donate.
Yeah, you read the next one.
If you'd like to listen to Radio Free Brooklyn when you're not in front of your computer, please download your free mobile app for iPhone and Android, available in the App Store for iPhone and Google Play Store for Android.
Alcatraz,
Attica.
Shout out Alcatraz.
Please be sure to subscribe to our monthly newsletter for the latest news and new programming and upcoming Radio Free Brooklyn events. You can sign up at radiofreebrooklyn.org/newsletter.
Tanner.
All right, yes. Shout out Tanner. I don't think I'm glad we got that in. I'm glad we got a shout out to Tanner in. That's
absolutely.
That's what I was hoping for.
Once on the dot.
Did you say the date and the place of the show?
I didn't. Let me pull out my phone because I'm bad at dates and times.
Ooh, we'll play some music for you while you're vamp.
Please do.
Yeah.
Oh, and does Pietown have an Instagram?
We do. It is pietown.nyc. That's PIETOWN.NYC.
And then your Instagram.
And my Instagram is at Murph Baker. That is MURPHBAKER. Torture Prov will be performed inaugurally the first time on October 19th.
Woo!
At 10 p.m. at the BCC.
October 19th, 10 p.m. at the BCC. Torture Prov, brought to you by Pietown. How do people find you, Jake Joseph?
Oh, you can find me at foolishboy on Instagram, F00LIS_B0Y. I know it's confusing.
Guys, it's confusing, but just do it, okay?
Just do it. I'm not a bot, and I didn't make that.
Just do it, guys.
Yeah. And you can find me in St. Louis, Rolling on Dubs, Jackson Hubs. You guys are too young for this song. It's a Nelly
I don't know
song.
what you're talking about.
You guys don't know this song, but I tell you who does know it.
Tanner
knows about it.
Shout out Tanner.
Tanner loves that classic hip hop.
He actually does.
Nice.
Yeah. See, we know. We're keeping
you
it
would
real.
know.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. This is No Suggestion. Ralph, co-host Jake Joseph, Murph Baker has been hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me. This is so much fun.
We love y'all. Good night.
Night.
Hey kids, I'm Michelle Carlo, host of Fish Out of Agua with Michelle Carlo on Radio Free Brooklyn with an important announcement.